Hello and welcome to the Course Wizards podcast. I'm Christopher Maselli and I'm here with my co-host Amit Aurora. How's it going, Amit?
What's up, Chris? It's post Thanksgiving, it's post Black Friday, and I
Woohoo!
am not broke yet. Yet
We made
is
it
the key
through.
word. We're recording on a Saturday. The deals are still going on.
Yeah,
Black
it's not
Friday,
Cyber Monday yet, so yeah.
I did go to a furniture store called Rooms to Go. Do you guys have Rooms to
Oh,
Go?
sure, yeah. We don't have it out here, but when I was in Texas, we went there a lot.
So they had a Black Friday deal. Buy $100 gift card, get $100 gift card free. I'm like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Apparently, everyone got the same idea. There was like a line.
Oh
We
my
waited in
goodness.
line for an hour, but we got 3 gift cards because the max you can do is 3 and you get $300. And next year, my son's room, we're going to renovate it and put
Nice.
a bunk bed in there. I'm like, why not?
Why not? That's
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, it's fun to get those deals. It's not often you actually have to go out to get deals anymore. So the fact that you went out and stood in a line is something. So I live
I
in a
know.
small town in Arizona, and usually I've always been in like a larger metroplex like Dallas Fort Worth. And this year we went out on Black Friday in the evening, and not only were there no crowds and hardly anyone in the parking lot, but almost all those doorbuster items, they were still in stock.
Oh, yes, of
So
course. Yeah.
it's nice being in a small town sometimes.
Yep. So what did you buy?
I didn't buy anything. We bought some Christmas. We were decorating our Christmas tree yesterday, and so we had to buy some items for that. We had to get some wood chips for the fire. But over Black Friday, I got the Ecamm Live this past week. They had a very rare 40% off of Ecamm Live, locked in for life.
Okay.
And to get that locked in for life was a very good thing. So we might start broadcasting here over Ecamm Live soon.
Okay.
And I think that's about all I got. I found a couple Christmas items for family members, but there wasn't much this year that really tripped my trigger. I kept thinking, find something at AppSumo. I had this 10% off coupon burning a hole in my pocket. Never bought anything. There just wasn't anything that even remotely interested me. Yeah,
Same.
it wasn't as fancy of a year as I thought it would be.
Yeah, same. I'm still sitting on the thought that I messaged you for Keyword Chef. You get, I think, 50,000 credit for their highest plan, which is $250. It's
Mhm.
pay as you go. It's not as you run out of credits, you up them again.
Yeah.
And they upped it from 50,000 to 100,000 credits for the same amount. So basically, you're paying 2 cents a keyword, and it's a tool that helps you
Mm.
search for keywords, find low hanging keywords that you can rank about, write about, and
Yes.
stuff. So
There's so
we'll
much
see.
competition in the keyword
Keyword space.
research market right now. It's a little mind boggling for me because if I were to sit down and do keyword research, it's almost like I feel paralyzed with it. I don't quite know where to start. And I have a couple tools. So I would probably go to those first. And so it's hard for me to think about getting another one because I'm not even really using the ones I have that much.
Yep.
I know you
Yeah.
do it a lot more than I do.
And I think you said you're going to start using Rank IQ because that's the one you find actual actionable data to use.
Yes. Rank IQ is really good for actionable data. And I discovered, I didn't know their lowest plan that they advertise is $49
Yeah.
for 16 reports. But I discovered that if you purchase that plan and while it's on trial, you can downgrade it to a $29 plan that gives you 8 reports, which is probably about all I would need. But $29 makes that very affordable for us work at home solopreneurs.
Yep. Yep. All right. So speaking of buying these deals, going back to things you've used to doing, what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about how to use strategies. And this is a reaction article. So if those of you who are watching us on YouTube, Chris hasn't seen this. I browsed through it, but also haven't fully read it because we wanted to have a true reaction article. But how do we bring in repeat customers? What are the strategies to use? We are using the strategies have worked on us. For you, Ecamm, for me, Keyword Chef, they use Black Friday to bring in repeat customers. That was one of their tactics. How do we, on a day-to-day basis, use these strategies? So let's go through those 12 strategies, Chris. I have it open. First one is
So, well, before you get to that, so this is
Yep.
from Neil Patel. He's one
Yes.
of our favorite digital marketing guys, and he has an ebook called 12 Strategies to Bring in Repeat Customers. It's only 11-page ebook. We will share the link of that in our show notes. But yeah, so we're just going to go through. I've never seen this. I just opened it up right before we started recording. So yeah, Amit, take it away.
So strategy one, target customers post-purchase with omni-channel campaigns.
That is
And
some fancy wording there.
Yeah, yeah. So the sub bullet under that explains it a little bit more. It says improve consistency and broaden your reach with highly effective omni-channel campaigns. So what's your thought to that?
My thought first would be, what is an omni-channel campaign? We should probably define what that is, right?
Yes.
Which is, it's essentially using campaigns across a lot of channels. It's getting that word out. And omni being, they say God is omnipresent. He's
Yes.
present everywhere. Omni-channel is all channels
Yes.
everywhere. Okay. So
Yes.
that kind of thing.
Yeah. And I think there's some statistic that once someone sees, like a prospect sees you 5 or more times on different channels, they start thinking that you're huge, like you're everywhere. So I think that makes sense, as especially post purchase, because once I purchase something, I've become a customer. I should be added to a retargeting audience where now, because we have talked about this, it's easiest to get money from those who have already purchased from you. And that's, I think, one thing to remember with our course creators. How we connected to that is you already, and Chris, you just did a Black Friday deal, right? We'll talk about that hopefully
Yes.
towards the end of it and see what your results were. But now you have this pool of interested people who have maybe purchased your tripwire. We've talked about tripwires in past episodes. How do you get them to convert to a core offer purchase instead of continuing to pour gasoline on the tripwire? Move some of that over to this and now
Mhm.
give them that omni-channel approach. That's how I would do it.
Yeah, and this is the key here is that remember these are strategies that bring in repeat customers. So it's getting people to come back. And I think that's a really important one. Really, all of these are because we don't generally think about this, right? We think so hard about the sale. How do I make that sale? How do I get them that first time? And then we drop the ball when after the sale. After we get someone to purchase our course, then we're like, yeah, they purchased the course and we leave it alone at that point.
Yep.
But we have to remember that the campaign has not stopped with that course purchase. It
Yes.
still goes on. And one of the things you need to do are create a campaign.
Yep. So next one is offer a highly convenient experience. And this one is a no-brainer, but what Neil is talking about here is through the journey, all of their touch points should be convenient, which in our, to translate it to course creators, is just making sure you have a good sales page, good checkout page, a good experience. What are your thoughts on this strategy, Chris?
Yeah, you don't want anyone to trip themselves up on their way through making the purchase or even post purchase. So even if, remember, these are post purchase strategies. So even if someone goes through the purchase, once they get to your course, it needs to be an enjoyable, easy experience. They need to know how to log in. They need to know how to access the content. It needs to be the kind of thing where they just feel like, man, every step of this is just high quality and works really well. And then they'll keep coming back.
Yep. Next one is stop guessing. It says remove
Easier
the
said than done.
guesswork, right? Remove the guesswork from your marketing strategy and clarify your approach.
Yeah. So I assume he's talking about analytics here, looking at the analytics, making sure there's no guesswork, know how your customers, your particular customers respond. And that takes testing. It doesn't happen always before your very first launch. You're going to have to test and see what your audience is interested in so that
Yep.
there's no more guessing is, hey, I know when I put this out, they're going to buy. I know if I put that out, they probably won't buy as much. You have to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm reading through this, Chris. On page 8, he has broken it down further for the stop guessing. He's saying a hunch is only a hunch. So it might be a good jumping off point for brainstorming, but it's not, it's far from concrete. So
Mm.
those analytics, use surveys, ask for reviews, create content and build relationship with your audience. And those are the things that will guide you towards your marketing strategy to how to continue to get this repeat customers.
Yeah, that's good.
4 is appeal to hybrid shoppers because we are no longer just digital or just brick and mortar. It's a bit of a hybrid approach to make sure you appeal to them.
Yeah, you and I have talked about this before where it's not just, hey, let's go ahead and get someone into an online course, but when they sign up for your online course, maybe send them a physical thank you postcard. Maybe send them a journal at the end of the year for Christmas. Do something that gets a physical option in their life, and that tends to stick with people.
Yep. Next one is optimize site performance. We can relate to this.
We can relate to this. You want your
So
website running fast and smooth.
Yep. And we have talked about New Zenler, but outside of New Zenler, Chris and I both use WordPress. So make sure you
Hmm.
have, if you're on a WordPress platform, make sure your host, even we are both, I think, on shared plans, not a
Yep.
dedicated plan. Now, my SiteGround, as we record this, my SiteGround hosting is going to expire in Jan. So what I've started doing is I've started moving sites from my SiteGround to, I don't know if it's a database or a whatever. The service is called Vultr, Vultr. And then Vultr is a little bit more pricey, but you only get charged once site gets traffic. So it's one
Mm.
of those where you're not going to pay monthly regardless of what the traffic is, because SiteGround, as all these
Yeah.
hosting platforms, once you're out of that 3-year deal, they skyrocket the prices. So
Yeah.
mine went from 180 to 600.
I have a friend of mine who was in on the site ground plan that was like $3 a month. She was thoroughly enjoying it. And then she just got the bill that it's going to be something like $400 for the next year or something like that. And I told her, I said, oh, we got to move you off that thing because it's just horrible once your deal goes away. But
Yep.
they know most people get locked in and they're like, yeah, what can I do?
Yeah, exactly. So I hired someone from Fiverr to move all the things over because I don't want to learn the technical stuff. And now I can still log in. It's a little cumbersome, the process, but now I
Hmm.
know that I'm going to pay $5 for this site each month, every month, and it's never going to go up unless my traffic goes up, which makes sense.
Right.
Next is strategy 6, offer exceptional customer service.
I think that goes without saying. You want to make sure that if anyone has any questions, anyone has a problem with their username or password, you get to that right away. Do not let those emails build up in your email box or go for even a week because people expect quick service. And honestly, most people's customer service requests can be solved in about 2 minutes. So you might as well take care of it right away so that it doesn't build up on you. Or do what Amit would do and get a VA to handle it.
No, I was going to say do what Chris would do because you just delegated your Gmail
I did.
inbox to your virtual assistant.
I did. I
Yes.
did what Amit would do. Sometimes I
Yes.
just think, what would Amit do? And I do it.
Next one is provide customer education. Again, goes without saying. This one talks more about as soon as this to me is as soon as someone logs in, have a indoctrination video and indoctrination email series, so you don't get asked for refunds or drop off or just people not consuming your content because they don't know where to go because you have maybe too much content.
Yeah. Every course platform is a little different. And sometimes it helps people to know that, okay, if you have a little video that starts off that says, hey, so glad you're here. Here's how the course works. Click on this to go to each module and just walk them through the process. It does wonders. So
Yep.
definitely provide a little education.
Strategy 8, track the right metrics. And I've heard this, Chris, quite a bit in like other podcasts I listen to where people just track vanity metrics that float their numbers. Like,
Yeah.
I have X number of subscribers on my email list. That's great. But how many of those are engaged? Are you
Yeah.
pruning your email list? So make sure just because the industry standard is to track something doesn't mean you have to. Just keep up with what matters to you and your audience.
So,
And next one is track customer support analytics. So I think this
yeah.
goes to what you just said, Chris, right?
Yeah. So you want to make sure that again that you're responding quickly. But if you do have a VA or someone working with you, make sure that you have a way to see how they're responding and that they are handling things the way you would want them handled. Sometimes, especially if you're using VAs overseas, there can be something lost in the translation process, and you want to make sure that they're responding in a way that your customers would consider both kind and efficient and all that. And usually just a little bit of training and they'll do awesome for you. So yeah, definitely track those analytics.
Awesome. Next is create a loyalty program. I can speak to this because I've said ad nauseum, right? I'm in this Facebook group.
Yeah.
One of the things, and this is so simple because we all think, oh, what software am I going to use to give points and badges and this and that? You don't need all the fancy stuff. So the guy, the main guy, Daniel, he does a one-on-one call. And if you purchase his one-on-one call, what he does is for the years of or the months of membership you have had, he gives you that amount of discount. So if you've been there a year, you spend $5 a month, you will get $60 discount towards his one-on-one call. And there's a cap, upper limit on, otherwise all the calls will become free. It's a
Mhm.
great way of keep the audience and give something back so your audience can keep coming back for more.
Yeah, that's right. And strategy 11 goes right with that, which is to follow up with recommendations. So, in the same way that you've got that loyalty going with that built in brand, that what we were talking about on the last one, you want to have recommendations and help them know what kind of products they might need on the next step of their journey. And that can be a great upsell.
Yep. And then the final strategy 12 is offer incentives. So I was just before, I mean, during the first part, we said buy one, get one free offer that I
Hmm.
went for. So just offer incentives. Hey, you just purchased this course. Here's 20% off for the
Yeah,
next course. And that will help post purchase continue to grow your and continue to grow your wallet share, basically.
really good. This is a good PDF. It gets into each one of these strategies in a good bit of depth. I encourage you to download it. It's from Neil Patel. Again, we'll have that link in the show notes. And it's 12 strategies that bring in repeat customers. Should I just go through these again real quick, Amit?
Let's do it.
All right. So strategy number one is actually I opened. Why don't you go through it?
All right. So number
Let
one
me take
is
your thunder.
target customers post purchase with omni-channel campaigns. Omni-channel being like whatever channel your customers are on, just make sure you're
Hmm.
on that channel if you can afford it. If not, then pick one, which is like the one that they most hang out on. Offer a high strategy two is offer a highly convenient experience. Number three, stop the guesswork, look into your analytics. Number four is appeal to hybrid shoppers, not so much for us course creators, but this might be more for brick and mortar. Number five, optimize site performance, goes without saying. Number six, offer exceptional customer service. Number seven is provide customer education, so you don't have a big drop off in your content engagement. Number eight is track the right metrics. Number nine is track customer support analytics. Number 10, create a loyalty program. Number 11 is follow up with recommendations on what other products they can purchase. And number 12 is offer incentives so they will go and purchase those products.
It's interesting how many of these are about analytics and just double checking that everything's running smoothly. A lot of that's it, just making sure that you're appealing to your customers in the right way and making sure everything works.
I will raise my hand, Chris, and say that I really suck at analytics. I don't know about you, but I feel like
Yeah.
that's like the crux of everything, but also the Achilles heel of most course creators, including myself, where we don't look at the analytics. Like even for my blog, I should be logging into Google Search Console daily, looking at which pages are getting traffic and understanding those signals to create content. Instead, I just throw spaghetti on the wall. And I think you do the same, which is write
Yeah.
blog posts that we think are going to rank.
Yeah, I'm really good at analytics for email, and that's about it because I'm always looking at my email because that's my best channel. So I'm
Yep.
always looking at that. How did the last email perform? What links did they click on? That sort of thing. But you are totally right. When it comes to actually doing blog posts, even podcasts for our other brand and that, we don't generally look at what people are searching for. And we probably should. We probably have even higher viewership.
Yep. So before we leave, you did a launch. Do you want to talk about it in this episode or open the next one with that?
We'll talk about it in the next one. That sounds like a good opening for that one. So
All
stay
right.
tuned.
Yes. Awesome.
If you enjoyed this, please rate, review, subscribe, and share to the Course Wizards. Whether you're watching on YouTube or you're listening on your favorite podcasting platform, that helps other people find it. And it means so much to us. It's a way that you can give back. And so if you found this helpful, please go ahead and rate, review, subscribe, and share with someone that you know. And until next time, what should we do, Amit?
Keep creating. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.